I'll be showing you the lesson I did with my student last week. I did an introductory lesson with them. They are special needs students, junior high school, and their grade is from first, second, third, a mixture of all the grades. Okay, so most of them I taught them when they were in their elementary school. So now they moved to junior high school, grade one. They know my style, and those that are now in second grade and third grade, I also taught them when they were in elementary school, so they are used to my style. So I started with the normal greeting, which is hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? How is the weather, the day, the date? And then um, so uh, I gave them a worksheet, and the title of the worksheet is Let's Enjoy Bingo. So the worksheet is just questions. It comprises of um, questions from A to H. Um, A to H. So why I used alphabet with the sequence um, is for them not to make mistake about the options to the answer. In- so like for example now, the A question is um, this question. The first, after giving them the worksheet, they write their names, and now they have to listen to the questions. I used worksheets. I used a flashcard. Sorry, pardon me. I used flashcard to make it a little bit simple for them to really understand. So I read, uh, A, my name is, my name is. Now, for the options, I use the numbers so they won't miss the options with the, the question. Do you understand? So they won't mix up the letters and then the numbers. So option one, my name is, I wrote Chini, and then the option two is chili. So this chili, it's the flashcard I used was chili pepper. So and then the big, so and now after reading this sentence, I gave them a few seconds for them to decide. Like I told you earlier on, they are very special needs. So I gave them a few seconds to decide which one is the correct answer, and then the correct answer, they just have to shade it. You know, if it is number two, they will shade number two. If it is number one, they will shade number one. So then, um, after reading every question, I'll tell them to put down their pencil or their mechanical pencil, whatever it is they were using. Why I do this is so that they won't. I'll be sure that they are listening to the next question. Now, the big question was I live in. Um, Let me write it down. I live in da da da. So the option is number three. I wrote um, mm, something, and then another one something. So then they have to shade. I gave them 30 seconds thereabout because some of them are really very slow. So they have to shade which one is the correct answer. So it went like that: C, D, E, F up till H. I read out all the questions. So for all the questions, they only have two options to pick one from. So which means from A to H, there was 16 options. So out of the 16 option, they when you now divide this by two, it's 8. Okay. So after going through all this with them, I gave them some few minutes to now go underneath the worksheet. Underneath the worksheet, there's a bingo. Oh, what did I draw? There's a 3 by 3 bingo. Let me rectify that. So, oh, there's a 3 by 3 bingo. So I told them they now have to, and here is free. Now, the numbers they shaded, they have to write these numbers in the box. So they have the option of writing it anyhow they want to write it, uh, randomly or whatever. I gave them few minutes to do this. Then after doing that, and like usual, I tell them to put down their pencil and to be sure that everybody is, on the same, radar, so to say. So after that, I now told them to now listen to the. Uh, I'm going to read a sentence again the second time around, and this time around I have to now choose the correct answer. And then if they have the correct answer written on any of the box, so they have to either mark it X, okay, and then form a bingo. So I went through this with them one by one. Like I said, the question was A to H. And then after doing this, took like about 30 minutes, thereabout. So after that, my lesson for that day was for them to, our target for that day was for them to know how to say different greetings, from how different countries, say hello in different language. And I introduced this topic with a song. Hello, bonjour, ni hao, jambo, guten tag, buenos dias, año, aseyo, sawadi, namaste, konnichiwa. This is like about 10 countries. So I showed them the flashcard of Japan, what country, and then, how do they say hello, just like that. So we sang the song together, and now for every of these, let's assume this is the flashcard for country Japan, and then this is America, France, and so forth and so on. So this country's flag, they were there on the board. And then there's always one thing I always do with these students. Like I told you, their level, varies. Those on the first graders, they really find it difficult to remember things. So they need so much help. So that's why, because I know that, I always write the way they will pronounce Japan, okay? The way they will make the pronunciation. And I wrote it in hiragana. Now in Japan, they have this almost three ways of writing: the hiragana, which is the simplest, I think, and then the katakana, and then the kanji. So I wrote this Japan, if it's France, and America. I wrote them in hiragana, the way they will pronounce it. And then we sang the song. I also wrote for konnichiwa. I wrote konnichiwa, bonjour, hello, and stuff like that. So after drilling the names of these countries, and then how they say the greetings, I now told them, okay, they should close there. Let's just do a small game, mini game, which is, I call it what's missing card game. Now, for every of my games, I always give them names. It's so that once I mention it, it will be easy for them to. I don't need to start explaining it for them. So for this particular game, it's something I always use for them when they were in elementary school. So it was really, really super easy for me. I don't need much explanation. They already know. And then once I tell them, okay, close your eyes, and then I will take out one or two, depending. I start off with just one flashcard, take it out, then I tell them to open their eyes, and then they should tell me what card is missing. And then just like that, I level it up, take out two, take out three, just like that. Okay. So, and then I also always allow them to challenge, let me try, who's going to try, who's going to beat a teacher. So I called on a few of the students to do this, and then that was all I did for my lesson last week. So this week, what I intend to do was to review the countries' names, and then the greetings with songs, and then I want randomly I'm going to put them on the board, and then they call on students and ask them if it is is it okay the way the is because I'm going to put Japan. Japan is supposed to be the last. Konnichiwa, hello, bonjour, ni hao, jambo, guten tag, buenos dias, anyo, aseyo, sawadi, namaste, konnichiwa. So now I call on students, one or two students, to now come to the front, and then arrange all these flashcards to be, the way they are supposed to be. So, um, and then for this, my second lesson, what I did with them was I have this card, with just the greetings of let's assume this is hello, another card. I cut them out, for representing those 10 countries, just the greeting. So students, I now call this game Janken game. So I gave them, once they know Janken game, like I told you before, you must always give, especially when you're teaching special needs, you must give your games names so that it will be easy for them. You don't have to keep explaining and explaining. Unless if you have a new game, of course you have to explain everything for them. If not, they will not catch up. So now for this Janken game, they have to say the greeting on the card they have, and then the next person is going to say the greeting, and then they now make rock scissors paper. The winner gets the card, then the loser come to me and tell me, Chini, card please. So I allow them to do this like for depending on the time, few times, because the idea of the game is for them to get to move around even with their friends, as many times as possible, to use the card they have on them, say the greeting, and then make rock scissors paper, and then exchange. The winner gets the card, the loser go and collect a new card, just like that. So it depends on you. For me, sometimes I just watch my time. As my time permits me, I allow them to allow the game to run. So now after this game, um, when they sit down, I tell them to count the number of cards they have. So the highest number of cards is the winner. Um, Next, there's a board game. I'm going to post it after this lesson. A board game, which is also basically the board game is also rock scissors janken game. It's also called janken game. The idea is for them to move from one place and say either the country, depending on the rule you set for them. So they either say the country or the greeting. So for each of the box on the board game, they have to say rock, scissors, paper. Let's assume this is the starting point, and then the goal is for the first person to come to this place wins. So uh, if we start rock, scissors, paper, so if I win, I say the greeting here, and I move with my eraser. It's a pair work. So we keep doing rock, scissors, paper, rock, scissors, paper, rock, scissors, paper, rock, scissors, paper, until we get to the goal. So the first person to get to the goal is the winner. Now you have to allow them to do you allow this game to run for quite some time, because at the end of the game you have to ask them how many times did they get to the goal. So this is what I'll be doing with them tomorrow. Now, if there will be time, um, I will give them a worksheet for listening, just in case if there will be time, because I always make provision just in case anything can happen, you understand. So I have listening activity for them, whereby the students will listen to the conversation. They will listen to a greeting, and then they will just draw the line from uh, there are like about 4 or 5 uh, students with different from different countries. So they will use the greetings from the country where they are from, and then students will listen. If they say konnichiwa, and then they see Japan flag, they now join the picture on the worksheet to Japan, and then they listen until they, I think the worksheet is like about 5 countries. So namaste, if it's India, this number two, they have to draw a line and join the number two to the India flag. So I just made this provision just in case if there's an extra time. Okay. So um after doing the listening, we check for the answers, and then how many did they get and stuff like that. Now, after every lesson, there's I always allow them like 5 minutes, whereby they write Furikari sheet, their comment sheet. Like the target for this particular lesson is for them to just be able to know the country's greeting, just like the first lesson. So, um, of course, they are not elementary school students, so I don't always allow them to just write game Otanoshi Kata, this, something like that. They have to tell me what is it that they really understood, the target of that lesson. And then for the Furikari sheet, they write it in Japanese. It's not always in English, so their homeroom teachers are always responsible to give comment for all these comment sheets. So that's all. Let me know what you think. Will you try this with your students? Um, this school year, um, I teach these special needs students. Um, I, Before, I teach the special needs, but the elementary students. But this time around, this school year, now they took me to junior high school. They level it up, so to say. So I now teach junior high school students, and um, that's it. Um, this school year, I also teach the fourth grade, and for the fourth grade, they use the Let's Try to, and basically, the unit one is about how to say hello in different countries. So I use the worksheet uh, and the lesson plan for the junior high school for the fourth graders, because it's the same thing. I actually borrowed everything from the fourth graders. Now, for this junior high school student, um, I don't have any, curriculum or anything. The principal just told me to just teach something fun for them to enjoy English with. You understand? Unlike the fourth graders, they use the Let's Try to. So I have to follow that textbook. It's the recommended textbook by the government. So since um, I'll be using that textbook for the fourth graders, I'll be making some adaptation here and there, to see if I will be able to use them for my um, special needs students in the junior high school. Okay, so I think that's it for today. So please subscribe to my channel and let me know if you'll be trying out this uh, lesson, and if there is any place anywhere you might probably make some changes. And I hope to see you in my next video.